In this video, we're going to learn how to add integers. Let's start by understanding what is a number line. The number line starts at 0. 0 is called the origin. 0 is neither positive nor negative. So, on the right side, we have the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 all the way to infinity. On this side, these are the positive numbers. When you move towards the right, the number increases and it gets bigger. Now, on the other hand, we have our negative integers. These are negative. If you move towards the left, the number increases, but increases in a way that the number gets smaller. So it's a big, small number. Now, don't worry, I have broken down easy steps for adding integers. So let's look at step number 1. It says no sign, it's positive. Any number without a sign is positive. What does that mean? If we have the number 8 plus the number 2, look at these two numbers. They have no signs. We simply are adding. We keep the sign and we simply add. 8 plus 2 is 10. But you don't really need this sign in front of the number. We understand that this number is simply positive. Now let's look at step number 2. It says same signs, just add. Keep the sign. Negative plus another negative will give you a negative sign. Positive plus another positive will give you a positive sign. What does that mean? So if you're adding a negative number plus another negative number, we keep the sign, which is negative, and we simply add. 3 plus 2 is 5, and we have our answer as negative 5. Here's another example. If you add 2 positive 2 plus positive 2, keep the sign because the signs are the same, and you will have positive 4 as your final answer. Let's look at step number 3. Different signs subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger number. Subtract the numbers. Keep the sign of the number that's farther from 0. This word here, farther, is our key term. So let's understand this by looking at these two numbers. As you see, we have positive 10 and negative 5. So these two numbers have different signs. So what we need to do is subtract. 10 minus 5 will be 5. But which sign are we taking? Are we taking the sign of the number 10 or the sign of the number 5? Well, which number is farther away from 0? 10 will be around here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And negative 5 will be around here. Negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, around here. Which is farther? 10 is farther away from 0, so we will take the sign of that number which is farther away from 0. If we look at another example, negative 10 plus 5. Different signs, we subtract. 10 minus 5 is 5. But negative 10 will be around here. Around here. And positive 5 will be around here. You see, negative 10, look closely, is farther away from 0. So we will take that sign of that number, negative 5. Or simply just subtract and take the sign of that bigger number that you see. Now let's move on to step number 4. More than two numbers. Group positive together and negatives together. Add each group first, then apply the rules above to combine them. Let's look at one example. We have positive 5 plus negative 3 plus 3 plus negative 2. First, let's group 5, which is positive, and 3, which is positive, and let's add it. 5 plus 3 will be 8. Now let's group negative 3 and negative 2, and let's add them. Negative 3 plus negative 2. Same sign, keep the sign and add. 3 plus 2 is 5. But we're not finished because we need to add these two numbers. Now, different signs, subtract, and keep the sign of the bigger number, or the number that's farther away from 0. 8 will be farther away from 0, so our answer will be positive. 8 minus 5 will be 3, so we will have a positive 3 at the end. Now that you understand adding integers, let's move on, and it's time for you to practice these rules. Alright, we'll be practicing 4 examples. Now let's go ahead and let's solve problem number 1. And we'll be using the number line to prove our answer is correct. So we have the same sign, positive 6 and positive 3. We keep this sign. 6 plus 3 is 9. Now let's use the number line to prove it. Go ahead and simply write 6 anywhere you'd like to. Now, positive 3. Because 3 is positive, we need to move 3 digits towards the right. 1, 2, 3. We will have 7, 8, 9. As you see, this answer is correct. So 6 plus 3 is 9. Now, let's go ahead and let's practice problem number 2. Negative 7 plus negative 2. Same sign? Yes. Keep this sign. 7 plus 2 is 9. Write negative 7 anywhere in the number line. As you see, the negative 2 is negative. So because it's negative, we move towards the left. Let's move 2 digits. 1, 2. Remember, when we move towards the left, the number increases. But increases meaning that it's a big small number. So negative 8, negative 9. That's correct. Our answer is correct. Now let's move on to problem number 3. Different signs. Keep the sign of the number that's farther away from 0. Well, 8 will be the number farther away from 0, so our final answer will be a positive. 8 minus 5 is 3. Let's prove that using the number line now. You can locate anywhere and write the number 8. Now, because it's negative, we move towards the right. Let's move 5 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Our answer is correct. Let's add the positive numbers together. 5 and 4 are positive. Let's group them. Negative 3 and negative 6 are negative. Let's group them. Now, 5 plus 4, they have the same sign. We keep this sign, positive 9. Negative 3 plus negative 6, they have the same sign. We keep the sign and we add. 6 plus 3 is negative 9. Now, we're not finished. We need to add these numbers because we're adding integers. So we have different signs. Because we have different signs, we need to subtract. 9 minus 9 will be 0. Let's prove it using the number line. You can locate 9 anywhere you'd like. I'll write it over here. Now, the negative 9, this one, is negative. So let's move towards the left 9 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This digit here should be 0. Let's check. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Now you know how to add integers. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson.